Hello, everybody! Welcome to Storytime. I'm Pear, and this is... Orange? Orange! Are you here?
Shrek, yeah, I am.
Gross! But I do appreciate your enthusiasm for today's story, Shrek!
Oh, yeah! You could say I'm Ogre the Moon about today's episode.
Nah. Well, since you're so excited, maybe you should take the lead on this one.
I couldn't agree more.
Wait, you don't need the book?
Book schmuck, Pear. I know this story like the back of my hand.
Orange, you don't have hands.
Exactly.
So, I'm confused. Do you actually know the story, or don't you?
Yes,
Yes to which option?
correct.
Dude, do you know the story of Shrek or don't you? What are you saying?
All I'm saying is this. Once upon a time in a land far, far away, there was an ogre named Shrek. He was green and farted a lot, and, there was a lot of mud and bugs involved, and,
Dude, you don't remember anything about Shrek. Just admit it.
Nuh-uh. I remember that he did an awesome opening montage to that one Smash Mouth song. You know, somebody once told me.
Don't remind me.
Somebody once told me. I mean, this thing had it all. Bugs, mud, farts, farting bugs. Just classic. Anyway, it was a super awesome way to start the movie. And then a bunch of other awesome stuff happened. I think there was a gingerbread man at one point, and they lived happily ever after.
Hold on. Who lived happily ever after, Orange?
What's that now?
I asked you who you're talking about. It feels like you don't actually remember any of the specifics.
No. I totally do. I didn't know you were gonna go all RoboCop on me about filling in the details. Jeez. Okay, so,
Maybe you'd like to talk about Princess Fiona and how she was kept locked in a tower?
oh yeah, totally. Princess Leota.
Fiona!
That's what I said. Yeah. So Princess Fiona was locked in a tall tower, but had super long hair people could climb up.
Wrong princess!
I mean, she pricked her finger on a spinning wheel.
Wrong again!
She ate a poison apple. She wore a dress.
That's technically not incorrect.
Woohoo! I'm a genius.
Oh yeah? Well then tell me what happened next.
Easy. Next was another awesome Smash Mouth montage.
No?
Somebody once told me.
Gah! Do you really not know any other lines to that song?
If I knew them, would you want me to sing them?
Good point.
Anyway, after an encore Smash Mouth montage of Shrek eating bugs and farting and slinging mud and farting in mud and, I don't know, probably farting on bugs, we got introduced to another important character. And that character's name was...
Lord Farquaad?
Gesundheit.
That's his name!
Oh, I knew that. And Lord Farquaad really liked this one song that went, somebody once...
Orange!
Just kidding, but not really, because who doesn't love that song?
Dude, can I take over the story now or what?
Why would I just let you take over? I'm just getting started. Because now that we've met the main characters, it's time for a bunch of fairy tale stuff to happen.
Okay, maybe you do know the story of Shrek.
Of course I do. So first, Shrek fought a dragon and defeated him by pulling a sword out of a stone and then throwing mud at the dragon and also farting on a bug.
No!
Then, Princess Fiona went for a walk in the woods to her grandmother's house. But when she got there, it wasn't actually her grandma. It was the band Smash Mouth disguised as her grandma.
Orange!
Somebody...
Enough! You're done, dude!
Nah, but we haven't even gotten to Lord Fartnob.
Farquaad!
Fartnard?
Farquaad!
Well, whatever his name is, he had some kind of scene with a gingerbread man, and his nose grew every time he lied. And when someone asked if he liked Smash Mouth, he said no. And you know what happened?
No?
Somebody got stabbed when his nose extended, that's what. Because that song rules and everybody knows it. Somebody once told me.
So tell me, Orange, who wound up living happily ever after in the end?
Everybody.
Everybody?
Okay, well maybe not everybody, but I'm pretty sure it worked out for somebody.
Orange!
Don't yell over the closing Smash Mouth montage, Pear. You're missing the best part.
You know, I want to be mad at you for desecrating a really great movie, but if I'm being honest, your humor level is basically on par with the real thing.
You but or believe it. The end. Bye.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to a special episode of Storytime that promises to be out of this world.
Hey, Pear! You know what Jabba the Hutt's middle name is?
No, what is it?
The!
Oh my gosh. Well, as you can see, today we're telling the story of Star Wars.
Woohoo! Oh, check this out. You know how Samuel L. Jackson got a special purple-colored lightsaber?
Yeah?
Well, I got an orange one. Whoa! Whoa! I had it upside down. I almost wound up a Sith kebab.
If only. All right, should we get started?
Yes! We begin, of course, with episode 1.
You sure you don't want to begin with episode 4?
Oh my god, you don't even know how to count. I'm so embarrassed for you right now.
But
First you didn't know Jabba's middle name, and now this?
orange.
Pear, 1 is the first number.
I know that.
You sure? Because it seems like you don't.
I do too.
Okay, fine. Let's just get this story time off the ground already. Na 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 na.
Hold on. Is this the actual text from the movie? It feels like this has more references to Jar Jar Binks than I remember.
What? Jar Jar Binks is a main character in episode 1, Pear.
Maybe he is, but I know for a fact that episode 1 isn't called the Jar Jar Menace.
What can I say? If you think Jar Jar is just a supporting character, you're focusing on Alderaan things. Here are the facts, Pear. Early in the movie, the Jedi Knight Qui-Gon Jinn saves Jar Jar in the forests of Naboo, and they team up.
I'm with you so far.
And they make a classic buddy cop duo. Qui-Gon Jinn knows the Force, and Jar Jar knows Naboo. And also how to be funny, and also how to be handsome. Thanks to Jar Jar and his hilarious catchphrase, "How wooed," they're able to rescue Queen Natalie Portman and get her to another planet called Tatooine. There, Jar Jar does a whole bunch of really funny and important things like walking around, eating food, and looking at stuff. Then, a bunch of stuff happens, and Jar Jar gets promoted to a general and leads the Gungans in a huge, awesome, and occasionally hilarious battle against the droid army. But Qui-Gon Jinn doesn't survive the battle, which means Jar Jar has to shoulder the entire buddy cop dynamic himself for the rest of the movies. Now, on to episode 2, Attack of the Jar Jar Clones. Na 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 na.
Hey, does that say Jar Wars? Orange, stop! Jar Jar Binks is hardly in the movies once episode 1 ends.
Yo, what you talking about? He's in like every scene. Remember the scene in Return of the Jedi when Luke Skywalker shoots that proton torpedo down the exhaust vent and blows up the entire Death Star?
Yeah, everyone knows that scene. He puts away his computer screen and uses the Force to make the shot.
Look again. He didn't use the Force. Jar Jar was standing there, pointing to the vent opening.
What?
And you know that scene where Darth Vader tells Luke that he's his father?
No! Sure.
Well, in the director's cut, you see that Jar Jar is there too, and Darth Vader tells him he's his new stepdad.
No! Orange, that isn't true.
And then, you remember that scene at the Sarlacc pit? Listen closely, and you'll hear Jar Jar add some really important commentary in the background.
How old?
Stop it! Orange, this is preposterous. Jar Jar Binks is not the main character.
You're not the main character.
I know.
Look, I don't want to spoil the entire thing, but you definitely need to go back and rewatch the movies. Jar Jar's all over the place. I'm talking cameo after cameo after cameo. It's no wonder Disney gave Jar Jar his own spin-off series.
Really? I hadn't heard anything about that.
You haven't heard about the Gungalorian? Where bounty hunter Jar Jar whizzes around the galaxy with his sidekick, Baby Jarda?
Oh my god. I'm so glad that's not actually a thing, because if it was, it would be awful.
You really think that? How rude!
Ah!
Na 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 na.
Written and direct. Okay, you know what? I give up. I'm out of here.
Pear, wait! Don't you want to see the extra scene at the end of the credits?
What are you talking about? There's actually a scene after the.
Hello, it's me, Jar Jar Binks. Did you know many people do not know how to count? Like this guy here.
What the? Oh, come on.
So I should teach you to count now. 1, 2, sir.
This episode is over, you hear me? It's over.
And remember, number 4 comes after number 1.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Storytime. I'm Pear, and if you're wondering why I'm in such an awesome mood today, it's because I just found out some incredible news. Orange will not be joining me today. Cue the celebration! Haha, that's right. He's sending someone else to tell the story with me today, which means this episode will be 100% not annoying.
Fantastic news!
Wait,
Should we get started?
you're Orange's replacement?
Sure am. Orange, you glad?
No, I'm not glad. You're practically worse.
Oh, come on, Pear. Give me a chance.
No,
Please?
no.
Please?
Blah, fine. Just take a breath already. You're turning blue. I knew it. You're gonna ruin this episode just like Orange always does.
No. I promise I'll be good.
You pinky promise?
Pinky promise.
Okay, so today's story is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Once upon a time...
Wait, I just remembered something.
What?
I don't have a pinky.
Anyway, once upon a time there was a gigantic chocolate factory run by the brilliant and reclusive Willy Wonka. No one had ever been allowed inside to see how his candy was made, but that all changed one day when Willy Wonka announced that inside 5 Wonka bars he had placed...
Laser guns.
Really? Sis, you know very well that there wasn't laser guns inside the candy bar wrappers.
Yeah, I know, but the story was getting kind of boring.
This is an incredible story, sis. It's not boring.
Well, sure. Now it's not, because 5 lucky kids just nearly got killed by laser guns. Now this is cinema. Yeah! Laser, 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 laser!
This isn't supposed to be cinema, sis. It's a book. And the kids did not find laser guns. They found golden tickets.
Not very visually stimulating. Oh, you know what this story needs? Some audio stimulation.
Stop trying to stimulate the story. It's a very good story, and it doesn't need your help.
I can't help it. I had a soda earlier.
Now then, Willy Wonka invited all 5 ticket holders into the chocolate factory and gave them a tour of the wondrous things inside. 3-course meal bubblegum, trained squirrels, fizzy lifting drink, Wonka vision, and of course, Oompa Loompas. Everything was going great. That is, until the greedy, gluttonous Augustus Gloop fell into the chocolate river and got sucked up a tube.
Whoa! Okay, now we're talking. So let me guess. Then the other kids called the cops, and they busted in, laser guns ablazing. Willy Wonka didn't go down without a fight, though. Pew, pew, pew!
Sis,
Pew, 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 pew!
sis, that's not what happened.
What do you mean there wasn't a laser gun fight?
I mean, nobody even called the cops. After Augustus Gloop got sucked up that tube, the tour group just kind of carried on as planned.
You're kidding me.
Oh, and also the Oompa Loompas did a song and dance number.
They danced after a kid got sucked into a tube? What kind of sociopathic story is this? Yeesh! You know what this book could really use more of?
Empathy for children?
Nope! Lasers! Yeah! Now we're talking pew, 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 pew! Pew, pew, pew!
Stop it! The Oompa Loompas did not have laser cannons strapped to their heads.
Bummer! This story could have been a classic.
It already is a classic.
No way! Classic would be the cops busting in with laser guns and chasing Willy Wonka through the entire chocolate factory, which is elaborately booby-trapped.
It's not that kind of story, sis.
It is now, Pear. Yeah, everywhere you look, cops with laser guns are getting wasted. And Oompa Loompa throws some 3-course dinner chewing gum down a cop's throat, and he turns into a blueberry. Then Wonka's squirrels attack and throw another cop down the garbage chute. Just when the cops think they have Wonka cornered, he escapes over their heads in a million tiny pieces via Wonka vision.
This is an abomination, but I honestly kind of want to know how it ends.
It ends with the cops tricking Willy Wonka into drinking some fizzy lifting drink, and he floats up into that huge overhead fan!
Ah!
Yeah, super grisly demise. Pear, this book is not recommended for children.
Wait, so what happens to Charlie? You know, the titular character?
Oh, he flies off in a glass elevator at the end.
Oh, well that's a relief. Glad it's a happy ending.
Not really. One of those laser beams is in there with him. The end. Pew, pew, pew.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Storytime. I'm Pear, this is Sis, and today's story is Titanic.
If you're unfamiliar, Titanic is the story of a psychopathic woman who ruins multiple people's lives and...
Wait. I don't think we're talking about the same movie here.
Titanic, right? Big ship can't be sunk? Hits an iceberg?
That's the one.
Yeah, it's about a woman who's a complete psychopath.
Okay. Others might say it's one of the great love stories of our time. Why don't you let me lead this one, okay?
Okie doke.
Now then, once upon a time, not so long ago, people with high-tech submarines were searching the wreck of the Titanic for lost treasure when they found a picture of a woman wearing a massive jewel around her neck.
Yeah, that's her. That's the psychopath.
Her? Sis, that's Rose. She's the main character.
Yeah, I know.
You might not be remembering it right.
No, I'm pretty sure I am. The submarine dudes figured out Rose was alive, right? And they called her in to tell her a really long story about how she cheated on her husband and manipulated a penniless man named Jack into drawing her portrait for free?
I guess.
And then when the ship sank and the door was floating in the water that was clearly big enough to hold 2 people on top of it and kept the entire door to herself and let poor penniless Jack freeze to death in the water? And then at the end of the movie, it's revealed she actually had the huge jewel those submarine guys wanted the entire time. But she never tells them and instead secretly drops the priceless jewel into the ocean instead of donating it to charity or using that money to bring even an ounce of good into the world? That sound about right?
Well, yeah, that's basically the plot of Titanic, all right.
Yeah, that lady is a complete psychopath.
I can't believe I'm about to say this, but it's hard to argue with you on that one. I didn't realize it until now, but yeah, Rose from Titanic is a massive psychopath.
Psh, you think that's bad? I haven't even gotten to the sequel yet.
Wait, what? Titanic doesn't have a sequel? How could it?
Oh, it's got a sequel all right. It's called Titanic 2, Rose Goes Full Psychopath.
There is no movie called that.
It's in production, Pear, and it's gonna be awesome. I know. I read the script.
Really?
Well, also I wrote the script, but hear me out. You know how old lady Rose passes away peacefully at the end of Titanic?
Spoiler alert, but yeah?
Well, Titanic 2 takes place in hell!
Oh my gosh.
And because she's such a psychopath, Rose gets sent to the absolute deepest circle of hell. But she uses her psychopathic charm to trick people and move up, slowly but surely, level by level, until she straight up charms the devil himself and sneaks up into heaven!
Gotta say, this is quite the departure from the original rom-com.
And why would Rose want to sneak into heaven, you ask?
Because it's heaven?
Because Jack is there!
Oh, and she wants to apologize?
Psh, get real. The biggest psychopath the world has ever known is gonna apologize? Fat chance, Pear. She wants to see Jack so she can screw him over again!
What?
Oh yeah, she pulls the exact same trick again. She takes him to the door that separates heaven and hell, tells him there's only room in heaven for one of them when clearly there's room enough for 2, and he totally falls for it. The end.
What? Sis, that's an awful ending.
Too bad. The end. You already paid for your ticket. You watched the whole movie. No refunds. Sis gets 10% of the ticket price because she wrote the movie.
But...
The end, Pear. Roll credits.
Well, congrats, sis. You did it. You wrote a movie about the single biggest psychopath the world, and the afterworld, has ever seen.
Who, Rose? Oh, she's a major psycho, all right. But she's not the biggest psycho ever.
She's not?
No way. The biggest psycho would do something like, oh, I don't know, Like some TNT for absolutely no reason? Something like that?
Oh. Oh. No! Hey, everybody, and welcome to Storytime. I actually just found out Orange is taking the day off today, so excuse me for a moment while I go process that. Yeah! All right. Now then, standing in for Orange today is Lou the Tick.
Great to be here, Pear. Excited to expose the dark truth about today's story.
Well, today's story is Jurassic Park. It's not exactly a mystery, so I'm not sure what you expect to expose.
Oh, I have a few ideas.
I'll say, your manifesto is longer than the book.
You bet your ass it is. Oh.
Great. All right, let's see how this goes. Once upon a time, an eccentric millionaire invited a crack team of dinosaur experts out to a remote island. The reason? He wanted to give them a sneak peek at his new dinosaur-themed park before it opened to the public. But here's the twist. When the team got there, they discovered the millionaire had actually cloned real dinosaurs.
And here's the other twist. That's a complete lie. He did not clone dinosaurs.
What? I'm pretty sure that's how the story goes, Lou.
Oh, Pear. Pear. What are we gonna do with you, bud? You think Hollywood actually brought dinosaurs out of extinction for this movie? Bro, they're robots.
Okay, I understand that.
I don't think you do, amigo. Because earlier, you said that dinosaurs were real.
Right. In the story, they were real.
And that's where you're wrong. Because there were robots in the movie. There was some state-of-the-art CGI involved as well.
Lou,
Oh, bro, you are so lucky I'm here to dispel the misinformation for the audience. I can't believe you thought the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park were real.
I don't think that. I'm working within the reality of the story, Lou.
Sorry to break it to you, amigo, but Jurassic Park, it isn't reality. It's fiction.
I'm aware.
Jurassic Park doesn't actually exist. It is a made-up place. I believe it might even be a book.
It is a book. Can we please just get back to the story? Okay, so on the first night, it began to rain hard. And this was bad news for the dino experts because the power on the island went out, which meant the electric fences around the dinosaur pens stopped working.
And to make matters worse, water did a real number on the dinos. Because again, they were actually robots.
Dude!
No, I'm serious. You ever see a robot get wet before? I have. They start wiggity. They start freaking out, man.
Fine, whatever. Across the entire island, dinosaurs started wigging out.
Exactly. They went nuts. Not even Steven Spielberg could control them.
Wait, you actually think Steven Spielberg is in Jurassic Park?
He only directed it. Of course he was there. And yet, despite the dino robots going berserk and all that, nobody died. The end.
No, not the end, Lou. A ton of people die in Jurassic Park.
They're actors, Pear! It was all fake. The quote-unquote lawyer who got eaten on the toilet, the so-called Nedry who got ink spat in his face, these are just actors. They're totally fine and went on to do a number of other projects in their careers.
You think I don't know that?
Sure, you know it now because I've educated you.
Oh, okay, you know what? You tell the story.
You mean it?
Yeah, I can't wait to see how you tell the story of Jurassic Park without any suspension of disbelief whatsoever. It's not gonna be good.
Of course it's not gonna be good. It's gonna be great! Okay, here we go. The year was 1993. Steven Spielberg assembled a crack team of thieves and liars.
What?
Some might call them actors or crew members, but the truth is, they embarked on a project to defraud and fool the general populace, all for the sake of making money.
That's preposterous.
Is it, Bear? Is it? First, they built some fake dinosaurs. Actors pretending to die from dino attacks. They recorded everything on a camera, and then they released the footage to the unsuspecting public who actually paid money to watch Steven Spielberg's fake documentary about killer dinosaurs!
No one thought Jurassic Park was real, dude.
Oh yeah? Then explain how Jurassic Park went on to make over $1 billion at the box office, Pear. Obviously, a lot of people were very fooled. I know I was, but in the years since I've done independent research and uncovered the truth. Jurassic Park is fake!
Lou, this is ridiculous.
Is it? Because the only thing that seems ridiculous to me is how you can sit here and defend Steven Spielberg after he fleeced the world like this. And what's worse is that he keeps doing it. Jaws? The shark is a robot! Indiana Jones, look a little closer. That's just Han Solo in a hat! It's all a big conspiracy. Wake up, sheeple!
All right, well, I think that's enough truth for today. Thanks for watching, everybody.
E.T.? That's not what aliens look like. Believe me, I know. That's a puppet, amigo.
Enough!
Oh, okay, I can see I'm about to be censored by this book cover. Everybody go check out my blog, www.truthblog.com.